Okay, my friends, I want to show you how easy it is to clean one of our transfer stencils once you've used them with our chalk paste or our ink, or if you're using etching cream or burn cream, I would suggest, you might be better off just to go ahead and take it to the bathroom and rinse it under your sink, which is where I usually clean mine. But in a pinch, you can also clean it just like this. But basically, you want to spray it with some water after you have put your chalk paste or ink on it. I generally, if I'm not running it under the sink and using my, the pressure from the water coming out of the faucet to kind of get that top layer off, I will generally take a paper towel and just kind of wipe off that little bit of excess on the top, just to get it, down to the base color, just the little extra that's sitting there, taken off. So then I'm going to wet it again. And I am going to use what we call a board eraser. This comes in a pack of 2 on my website. They last for a really long time. It is not a Mr. Clean eraser. Please don't use a Mr. Clean eraser on your transfer. I don't know if it would damage it, and I wouldn't want that to happen. These are super affordable. 2 of them for like $4 or less. I can't even remember. But once you've done that, it's called a board eraser, but we use it honestly, I use it more for a transfer cleaner. I take my board eraser and I go over the front of the transfer. Now this is a little bit older transfer, so it is trying to hold on to the vinyl's a little thicker, so it does stain if it's a darker pigment. But what I'm concentrating on is trying to get the chalk paste or ink out of the silk screen, because that's the most important, because these are reusable. You can use them up to a dozen times or more, and if your silk screen area is clear, then that's how you get all these fantastic details. Now we want to clean the back also, so I spray it again. This is just regular tap water because I'm doing it as a demonstration. Again, 99% of the time I do this in my sink, and then I'm going to take the board eraser on the back as well. And I'm just going to, sorry, I know that sounds kind of annoying. I'm just going to clean the back. And once I do, it will take the chalk paste or ink out of the silk screen. As you can see, my silk screen's completely clear. Doesn't matter that I have some staining on the vinyl. That is not going to hurt it. I do have some residue from this particular board eraser, I think, because I've used it so much. But you can also take a paper towel and just gently, don't let it stick on there, because this is basically a big sticker. Look, I got something stuck to it right there. Just kind of run it across it. And you can even do this to kind of help it dry if you want. And just kind of get off all those little pieces of fuzz that are on there. You can use your nails. But basically, once I've washed it, it is going to it's going to make my stickiness come back. Do you see how that was? So fuzzing it takes a little bit of the stickiness away. When I wash it, the stickiness comes back. Usually I let this sit and air dry. If you don't want to do that, again, you can take a paper towel and just, you want a low lint, probably paper towel, and just kind of wipe off any of the excess moisture off the back of it. And then you're going to take your backer sheet. Now the backer sheets have a flat side and a glossy side. You can feel it usually, but if you can't, I usually write on the back of my backer sheet. This is where you want to always store your transfers, on this at the bare minimum, because it's going to keep them in great shape so that you can reuse them over and over again. These instructions are also on the back, and I'm just going to stick it back on here. As you can see, it's going to fit right back on there the way it's supposed to. I usually try to make sure I don't have any, any bubbles or bumps, just so that it stays nice and flat. The back of the transfer sheet also, this is called the, oh my gosh, I've forgotten what they're called. In the sleeve, has instructions as well that I just showed you. Most of them also have their barcode and the name of the transfer on there, which you'll see that's on here as well. And then you just store it back in here. Once you're sure it's completely dry, go ahead and store it back in here, or put it in one of those cool books like I was showing you at the beginning of my last video. All right, I hope that helps you, and that it gives you some added tips and tricks on how to maintain and take care of your transfer stencils. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask in comments or send me a direct message. But I hope that, that you'll be giving chalking a try, and that this inspired you. Until I see you next time, be so inspired.